Hey everyone, Danielle here. I'm doing a solo playthrough of Marvel United. This is just a base game. I think it's retail edition. So you won't see anything too fancy here, but I have been seeing some fun playthroughs lately, and it inspired me to play this game myself. I've only played this game once in the past, so definitely I could be making some critical strategy type of mistakes, but I think I do know how to play for the most part. Alright, so I had the setup. You'll see that I'm using dice to mark the health instead of the tokens. This way, as a viewer, you can easily see how many life tokens I would have had left. Because it's hard to tell if it's just a stack, right? And yeah, I have randomly chosen that Red Skull is on the Avengers Tower, and then basically 3 away would be where my heroes would be. I have the Hulk. These are not painted, obviously. I have Black Widow, and then I have Ant-Man. So hopefully, top-down view, it would be somewhat easy to distinguish. I know the Hulk will probably be easy. Black Widow has the longish hair, and Ant-Man has like those 2 antennas. I compacted this setup a lot, so which I actually don't mind it. I do have some things overlap, but this is Times Square. This is the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. This is Central Park, New York Police headquarters, Stark Labs, and Avengers Tower. Obviously, I had the Red Skull set up here. It has a BAM effect of deal 1 damage to each hero in Red Skull's location and increase the fear track by 2. Overflow effect is if a civilian or villain token can't be added, or I'm sorry, it's a thug is what they call it. So a civilian or thug token can't be added to a location. Increase the fear track by 1 for each token you couldn't add. Villainous plot, fear track. When this track reaches 20, the heroes lose. So I forgot I set up the camera to zoom into that top area, so I'll zoom in now, so hopefully you can get a closer look into this dashboard here. We have 3 of these effects that we could pretty much make active if we complete these objectives. So we fill out this card, or this card with thugs, threats, or civilians. We get to activate each of these from left to right. So it doesn't matter the order of these, we'll just reorganize them. But basically, if one of them is complete, it says villain acts after every 2 hero cards. So it starts escalating. So it makes it harder for us as we progress in the game. You'll see the threats. We have Bob, agent of Hydra at New York Police, Madam Hydra at Stark Labs, Crossbones at Avengers Tower, Subversion at Times Square, Hydra elite troops at S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, and Brainwashing at Central Park. So I think we're pretty much all set. I have the villain deck already set up to go. I have my deck. You'll see the 3 of them are all shuffled together. I'll give it another shuffle. But yeah, I'm doing the Xavier solo mode, which is what they're calling it in the X-Men Marvel United. The original rulebook here, actually I have here next to me, they call this solo mode the S.H.I.E.L.D. solo mode. So depending on which rulebook you're following, that is what I'm doing. So basically I chose 3 heroes and I combined the 3 decks into one. I will be drawing 5 cards to start the game, and every 3 hero cards I'll be drawing a new villain card. And we start with a villain card. So let's go ahead and finish shuffling. Put my deck here. You'll notice in this view that a lot of the timeline cards will be cut off, but I will be showing that in detail if I remember to change the view. Okay. So let's go ahead and draw our first villain card for the timeline. So this is Red Skull. This tells us where the Red Skull will move. If it's a 0, it will not move. So right now it's staying at the Avengers Tower. And it will activate its BAM. So again, BAM was deal 1 damage to each hero in Red Skull's location and increase the fear track by 2. So it doesn't do any damage, but it will increase the fear track by 2. Because I don't have any heroes in its location. So that's it. That's what the Red Skull will do on their turn. I need to draw my 5 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you can see, I don't have my cards sleeved, and the rulebook does say you could use the back of the cards to help you if that matters. So right now I have 3 Ant-Man cards, 1 Hulk, and 1 Black Widow. So let's see what we have. We have Shrink, some actions here. So these are all the icons we'll have access to depending on the cards we play, but actually on our turn we draw a card. Always draw a card at the beginning of the hero's turn, so we have a bunch more actions here. So this one means we do damage, so this would deal 2 damage. This one allows us to rescue a civilian, or we get to place that token on one of these threat cards that require that. This one means we move, and then this one is a wild. So this wild means you can resolve any of these actions that you want. So we have some good options here, I think. So where we are here, we could use these attack icons to attack thugs. 1 icon per thug. I could use this card to put it on this threat and be 1 step closer to resolving that. I could use this to move from this location to another location. And the wild could be used to do any of the things I just mentioned. So something to keep in mind, the brainwashing says heroes in this and adjacent locations take 1 crisis token each. You want to try to minimize your crisis tokens, so it will probably be in my best interest to move at least 2 away from that one, or try my best to get rid of it. And I think I probably can do that. So if I play this Ant-Man card, I put it on the timeline, I will end up placing 1 of those tokens there. And then I'll draw a card for the next hero turn. Nice. So this is perfect. But actually, what I might be better off doing is playing this Ant-Man card, because what's cool about when you play this is you always do the card effect of the previous. Sorry, we gotta look at this view. So if I place this card this turn, I get to do this, this, and this, because this is the previous card. If there was any card text above, you wouldn't do that, but you would only add on the icons that were on the card before. So in this case, I can move 1 space and place 2 of these tokens. So let's place 2 of these tokens. And now we've completed this brainwashing threat. And Ant-Man gets to move 1 spot. So I think Ant-Man, looking at some of the threat, each thug in this location requires 2 damage to be defeated. Looking at my cards I currently have, I might be able to do that with the Hulk. So maybe I won't move Ant-Man there. It won't be too helpful. I can move Ant-Man to Bob, Agent of Hydra. So I think in this case, I will. And then, but then I have to keep in mind Bob, Agent of Hydra says heroes starting their turn in this location take 1 crisis token. So I don't know if that's really the best thing to do here. Maybe I will move here to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. You basically have to use the active hero to do the actions, which would be Ant-Man. I'll draw a card. And I will play 1 more card before the villain gets to. Oh, let's take care of this finished threat. So this one gets removed. I'll put this on here on the clear threats card. It says end of turn you may move up to 2 civilians or thugs in any combination from this location to any other location. I think that's okay there. I don't find a reason to move any of those. So we're fine. Alright, so we have a bunch of different cards we can do. I like to line these up to just make sure I see everything. And this Hulk Smash says deal 1 damage to everything else in this location. Discard all civilians there. So you sacrifice your civilians, which is not great. So if there were any locations that only had thugs, that'll probably be best. So I'll save the Hulk smash. I don't think I need that right now. Trying to see if Ant-Man, it says shrink, you cannot take any damage until the beginning of your next turn. Maybe we could try Black Widow to do a punch. Or actually, let's just play the Hulk. We'll play the Hulk. And it's going to do a move. So over here you'll see that it can do a move and a special, and it could do 2 punches. So I think it will do a move first. I don't know, actually maybe it will do 2 damage. I'll do the 2 damages to get rid of these 2 thugs, and I'll put the thugs here. And then it will move 1 to the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, and then it will place a special, I think it's called special token here. And that's using all of the icons here. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4 things with the Hulk. So now that we played 3 hero cards, the villain will also flip a card now. It's going to move 2 clockwise. 1, 2. And then, looking at this card, this will determine the location where it is, but the adjacent ones and the location it is on will add certain icons. And these icons specifically are showing civilians. So let's add those in. Civilian tokens are basically on the other side of the thug ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4 will be the total I add. 1 will be added here. 2 will be added to where it is, but only 1 fits. So that means any overflow would mean it would increase this fear track by 1. And then this 4th one will go here. And it does its BAM, but BAM would only impact things that are there. So nothing to do there for now. Alright, so looking at my hand, I will draw a card and take my 3 hero turns. Ant-Man has grow, move, then 3 against a single target. Oh, interesting. Not too useful here. Okay, I'll save that for the end. I'm gonna prioritize maybe the Hulk, because it gets to do damage to probably this thug here, because it says each thug in this location requires 2 damage to be defeated. But of course, if I can get rid of it by removing the threat overall, I wouldn't even have to worry about that. But I'm not sure I'll be able to, because Black Widow's the only one that can really do that right now. And Black Widow is at Central Park, not at S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. So yeah, I can't, there's no way for me to move Black Widow. Let's see. But I'll play Black Widow to save these civilians. So I'll play Black Widow, and I'll be playing this card that has 2 of those actions that allows me to save 2 civilians. 1, 2. And then my second play will be for the Hulk. And in this case, you know, that might be overkill. Let's see if Ant-Man has something else we can do. Let's use this, let's draw a card. The drawing card thing, you would think I would remember to do that, but I don't. Okay, so we have this Ant-Man card, which I'll play. I'll be able to use Ant-Man to do something, but also I'll use these 2 to add to the threat. So I'll place 1, 2, and that's a completed threat right there. So I'll be able to remove this and then put this onto the clear threats card. Now it says end of turn. You may discard one card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to remove one crisis token from anywhere. And that's at the end of the turn. So now I have this wild icon that I need to use. And I'll use that wild to attack this thug with 1 damage. Okay, I could play 1 hero card again after I draw. And I'll use Black Widow. And I'll use the wild to rescue 1 civilian. And then I'll use the other wild to move. And I'm going to move here to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. Okay. So that is my 3 hero turns on the timeline. And sorry, I forgot to zoom out. See, managing these different views are a little... I don't know, it's an afterthought for me because I'm not used to it. But basically I did save and rescue a civilian, and then I moved Black Widow here. And yeah, hopefully I'll be better at that. Alright. Okay, I took a quick pause to figure out what these tokens are called, and they are called heroic actions. So I'll try to refer to it with the right terminology. Okay, so now we will play a villain card. And it will move 0, but it does say Hail Hydra. Discard all... Oh my goodness, okay. Discard all civilians from locations with heroes and deal 1 damage to each of those heroes. Okay. Advance the fear track by the number of civilians discarded this way. Okay. So it looks like we actually only have 1 to discard. And that means they each take 1 damage. And damage says, when you take damage, it says discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck per damage suffered. Okay, so I take 3 damage. So I have to discard, do I get to choose? I guess so. So 3 cards. So I think I'll discard 1, 2. I need the moves actually. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Is that smart? I do get to draw a card. So these will go on the bottom of my deck. Okay. And yeah. The fear track will move up 1 because I only had 1 civilian there. So back to me, I draw a card. So I only have 3 cards now. And if I ever have 0, I lose the game. If I have 0 cards in hand. So let's see here. I have Interrogate. Look at the top card of the Master Plan deck. You may place it on the bottom. Hulk Smash, deal 1 damage to everything else in this location. Discard all civilian there. Interrogate. Okay, grow. Then 3 against a single target. Oh, that's overkill. I really need to get here. So I need to move. So I will, but then again, I'm not moving the same person. I feel like I don't have anything good to do. So I definitely need to move. But it's a waste of this Ant-Man's card. Deal 1 damage to everything else in this location. Discard all. It's not worth it though. I think I have to do it. It's not a choice, right? I think I'll just do this. I'll play Ant-Man. I get to move, then do 3 against a single target, and then I get to move again. So I think that works. So I'm going to move first with Ant-Man. So let's do that. I'll move Ant-Man here. I'll do this action, and then I'll do the ability on the card that says move, then 3. So I'll go here to Avengers Tower, and then I do 3 damage to Crossbones. So now it has 3. Okay, so that worked out. That was fine. Draw a card. Did I draw a card last turn? No, I did, I think. Okay, so Black Widow could move as well. Twice, which I think could be helpful. Okay, so instead I'll play this Black Widow. I'll play this. And you'll see here that it can do a punch and then a move, or, you know, in any order. Look at the top card of the Master Plan deck. You may place it on the bottom. So I'll do that. I'll look at the top card of the Master Plan deck. And 4. It would mean 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want this to happen because then I'll activate the BAM here. I think so. Let's not do that. Okay, so I've done that. Now I can do my actions. So I have a punch and a move. I'm calling it a punch. I think it's just an attack here. So I will move first, I think. Move here, and then I'll attack this one, this thug. My third hero card that I could play will be, ooh, the Hulk. I could get Black Widow to move, I think. So I'll get Black Widow to move using this card. And then the other card is this punch. So it's going to move first. And then it's going to punch this crossbones with 1 damage. So it's down to 2. And that was my third hero card. I'm just going to consolidate this now and play the next villain card. Red Skull, it moves over 1. Goes to the Central Park. And then I'll place some thugs. Total of 4 thugs being placed. 2. So 2 where it is. 1, 2. And 1 here. And then 1 overflow at the New York Police headquarters. So it goes up by 1 on the fear track. Alright, so that is what they're doing. And I think I'm actually gonna try to move this view down a little bit. Just so you can see the cards a little better. Okay. So I could draw a card, do my hero turn. Ant-Man has two wilds. I'll play Ant-Man's card. And it will do 2 attack to finish off Crossbones. Have my third threat removed. Now it does say, end of turn, you may search your deck for 1 card, set it aside, then shuffle your deck and place that card on top. That's pretty cool. I'll think about that. Let's see, what would I need? I need maybe an Ant-Man card or a Black Widow card. So I could finish off the civilian, I think. Or a move card for them. Yeah, maybe this Black Widow card. So I'll shuffle the rest. That was in the deck. And I'll put this right on top. And I'll be drawing it for the second hero turn. And I will play it. So this allows me to do 2 actions of any kind, and then a move and a punch in any order. So I will use a wild to rescue the civilian. And then a wild to move. Actually, I'll use this move to move, and then I have these 2, and I will take out 2 damage on the thugs. That's how I use Black Widow. Okay, and then I'll draw a card. Ooh, lots of Hulk, so I only can use the Hulk here. So I'll use I'll use this Hulk card. It'll allow me to move, place one of those heroic action tokens here. And then I could attack, which I can't really use that, so that's going to go to waste. Those were my 3 cards. I will draw a villain card next. It's going to move 2. 1, 2. It does have BAM, and it says deal 1 damage to each hero in Red Skull's location. Increase the fear track by 2. Alright, so it's gonna make me discard one of these, which is, these are the same cards, so this goes to the bottom of the deck. And then I get to put thugs out again. Let's see. So a total of 4 thugs. 1 here. 2 here. And then 1 here. Alright. Down to 1 card in my hand. Draw a card for the hero turn. Am I supposed to have this little cards every time? I wonder. I guess so, because that's how you would get knocked out. Alright, so the Hulk needs to move, I think. Or do something here. Do 1 damage to everything else in this location. Discard all civilians. I don't know if I want to do that right now. But Black Widow. Yeah, I'll do a Hulk smash here. I'll move first, and then I'll deal 1 damage. There's no civilians to discard. Draw a card for the second hero turn. Okay, Black Widow. I don't really have a choice here. I think I will play this Interrogate. Look at the top to see if I want to put it to the bottom. It's going to move 0. No, I think that's fine. Leave that right on top. We have Black Widow doing a punch and a move. So you could do a punch and a move, and I think it will do a punch. Which brings that down to 1, and then a move here, maybe. But then it says hero starting their turn in this location, take 1 crisis token. I don't know if I want to do that. I'll move here. Do I have to move? I'm not sure. Am I forced to do all of these actions? I don't know if it says so or not here. Hero turn, play a card. Resolve actions. Look at the symbols at the bottom part. The hero just played and the bottom of the previous. In any order, the first player in the game does not benefit from the action of the other, as there are no other. Keep in mind that when you unite, they only benefit from the... Okay. The active player may perform the following actions once per symbol available to them in any order. So it's a may. Doesn't look like I have to. That's good. Okay. Well, that's what I get out of it. So maybe I'll just leave Black Widow there, waste that move. Alright, draw a card, and then, oh, another Black Widow card, which I would have known if I paid attention to the top of the deck. And I think I'm going to do another punch. And I get 2 attacks, so it's down to 2. And then we'll draw a villain card. It's moving 0. Gonna do the BAM. For each crisis token the heroes have, advance the fear track. I don't have any crisis tokens, so nothing happens there. So this was really good. Okay, so we'll draw a card back to us, and the Hulk will do 2 damage, but I think it should move first. So I'm gonna play the Black Widow card, and it's going to do I'll rescue a civilian. And I won't move. Draw a card. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I'll use the Hulk card. So 2 attacks. And then, yeah, so I will use the Hulk to move over to the Stark Labs. I'll do 2 attacks. finishing off the Madam Hydra. And then I finish off this clear threats. So that means I get to remove this from the game. Just move this over, and this is unlocked. Villain acts after every 2 hero cards. Okay, but now I have this ability. End of turn, you may swap one card from your hand with one of your cards in the storyline. So at the end of this turn, I think I will swap this. Is that smart? With this. Okay. Alright. And then Black Widow can end up moving and doing some stuff. Okay. So now villain acts after every 2 hero cards. So I've already played 2. The villain will act. It's not moving, but does do Hail Hydra. Discard all civilians from locations with heroes and deal 1 damage to each of those heroes. Okay, so it's removing one of these. And then it's dealing 1 damage. So unfortunately, I don't have any cards left. So is that how I die? I would discard this and my hand is empty. Let's double check that. So if you are ever KO'd, you immediately lose. And KO is if you discard the last card in hand. Yeah, wow. Okay, well that is, I guess, my solo playthrough of Marvel United. This feels very difficult. I wasn't even really close to even being able to get damage through, 8 damage in, and then dealing with all the other stuff, like the overflow stuff. It was recommended to me by Ryan from Mr. Rao Gaming to play 3-handed, I think. So I think I'll try that next time. Maybe I'll do another video. And maybe that will go better, because I feel like you're just so limited in your choices and what you draw. And meanwhile, the villain behaves as if I have 3 hands of cards to play with. So maybe I'll do the 3-handed mode later. Let me know what you guys think of Marvel United. I actually find it to be very simple to learn and pick up and play. The setup could be a bit, especially if you're trying to make it very compact. But overall, it's a very fun game. I think it's a very fun co-op game. At solo, definitely didn't love the S.H.I.E.L.D. or Xavier mode, whatever you want to call it. But I think if you just wanted to get a game into Marvel United, it's not bad. Just don't anticipate winning. Alright, well, that's all I've got today. If you liked what you saw and want to see more Marvel United stuff, let me know. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. Also, let me know if I made any mistakes, and I'll happily put that any corrections in the description and highlight your comment. Like, comment, subscribe. Any engagement with the video itself is always helpful to me, and definitely provides direct support to me. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.